Welcome back to another session class in the series of human resource management. Today's topic is about onboarding and training, where we would learn how to develop an onboarding program, describe the five steps training process, discuss two techniques used for assessing training needs, and describe how to evaluate the training effort. The strategic importance of career planning and development in the context of today's talent shortage, and to explain the evolution or career development and the impact of that on employers and employees. There is a difference between orientation and a training. Orientation is long-term socialization process between employee and employer. Orientation. Training is a short-term efforts to impart information and instructions related to the job. Learning organizations is skilled at creating, acquiring, transferring knowledge, modifying behavior to reflect new knowledge insights. If you look at this figure 6.1, the breakdown of direct learning and development expenditure. External providers, see that? You outsource, the development team to teach or help them, your employees, to the new environment. External providers, L&D, staff salaries, employee tuition, technology is a 2%, learning facilities is 3%, and other is 6%. So external providers has a lot of percentage or the development tools in order to modify and help train employees. Employee onboarding orientation, a procedure for providing new employees with a basic background information about company policies, expectations regarding their performance, and operating procedures. Now, what is the purpose of onboarding? It's a part of socialization process. Help feel comfortable or create a comfort zone to the new recruits in order to help them to blend in well into the organization. Helps reduce first day jitters and reality shock, cognitive dissonance, foundation or ongoing performance management, improved productivity, and improved retention levels and reduced recruitment cost. The content of onboarding programs includes internal publications like handbooks. One can create human resource personnel can create handbook, newsletters, company history, facility tour, and staff introductions, or emailing to all of the employees, either email or just upload their credentials on employees portal so that people can welcome them. Job related documents and explanations of duties, procedures, and responsibilities, expected training to be received, performance appraisal criteria. Now, the responsibility of human resource specialist explains corporate information, follows up over time. Supervisor explains nature of the job and introduction of colleagues, etc. Buddy or mentor assist with day-to-day items. Special onboarding situations, diverse workforce, mergers and acquisitions, union versus non-union employees, and multi-location organizations. So it depends where, being a human resource, you are welcoming and providing onboarding training to the new recruits, either if it's happening merger or acquisition, like businesses buying different smaller business or bigger businesses, or they're merging together different business entities. Executive integration process, like identify position specifications, if you want to recruit or integrate CEO or the directors or the chairman, and how it's going to work. Provide realistic information to candidates, assess candidates' previous success with integration, announce hiring with enthusiasm, Stress importance of listening and demonstrating competency. Assist with new executives with cultural norms and change. Problems with the onboarding programs. Too much information in a short time can overwhelm employee. So you give them a bits and pieces, the information which are relevant for their onboarding process. You divide it. You divide what is important and what is needed, and the secondary things. The secondary information you can later on share with them. Too many forms to fill out. Little or no orientation provided. HR information can be too broad. Supervised information to be too detailed. So make it like a more interactive, sessions. Being a human resource, in order to create, those programs and to avoid those problems. Evaluation of onboarding programs. Employee reaction, right? Body language. At the end of each session, you give them a form to fill it out. Ask for the understanding. Socialization effects. Assess progress towards understanding norms. Cost benefit analysis. Compare cost of program, example materials, time to benefit, example fewer errors, rate of productivity. It's an ongoing process. So there is a lot of room to improve and be productive in order to design the future onboarding programs. Training and development. Training, teaching employees the basic skills, competencies needed to perform their jobs. Part of organization's strategic plan, considered investment in human capital, and development, long-term preparation for future jobs. So the training and development, it's a short-term, and development is a long-term, part of the career development. Necessity of training. Training is moving to center stage as a necessity for improving employees' competitiveness. Either if you have an employees, those who are a part of an office environment, and you are bringing a new software, the productive software, computer technology, and then you train them in order to gain a competitiveness. Training can strengthen employee commitment. Training concentrations, learning styles, auditory, visual, personalized learning, meaningful material, maximize similarity of training to the job, and motivate trainees. Legal aspect, avoid discrimination and avoid negligent training. Provide trainees with overall picture of a material to be presented. Maximize similarity between training situation and workstation situation. Motivation affects training outcomes, and create a perceived need for training in the minds of participants. The need, why they want to learn this in order to be successful or competitiveness. So the training process starts with step 1, training needs analysis. Step 2, instructional curriculum design. Step 3, validation of training design. Step 4, training implementation. And step 5, evaluation of training. They're talking about, you can create a task in step 1 and performance analysis as well. New employees and current employees. Break down job into tasks and skills. Determine where each task and skill is best learned. You can create task list. These are the form, right? To record form, when and how often performed, quantity and quality of performance, conditions under which task is performed, competencies and specific knowledge required, where best learned. Performance analysis. Establish training objectives, where specify what the trainee should be able to accomplish after completing the training, right? The set goals after providing them a training. Provide focus for trainee and trainer. Provide a benchmark for evaluation of the training program. Step 2, instructional and curriculum design. It's important to create the training manual, either electronically or a printed book, so that the new recruits or employees would be better prepared for. Ensure training materials support learning objectives. Ensure the quality and effectiveness of program elements. Programmed learning, presenting questions, facts, or problems to learner, like a case studies, allowing the person to respond, providing feedback on the accuracy of his or her answers. It's a question for you as a student. Explain the advantages of each of the workplace, and traditional training techniques: classroom training, on-the-job training, apprenticeship training, job instruction training, e-learning. Discuss what type of job would use each technique. Classroom learning, primary method of corporate training in Canada, like in set environment of classroom. Now, because of this pandemic, everything is online. So like a Zoom meeting or Microsoft Team meetings, they create a meeting and then, ask them to come online, and you provide them a training with a sense of a classroom. It's a quick and simple way of providing knowledge. Classrooms learning has evolved in technological age, like I already talked about. On-the-job training, learning administered by computer, web-based technology, flexible, personalized, and cost-effective. Think about, the commercial pilots, Boeing and Airbus. They have a simulator where the pilots, the trainee pilots, they sit and learn the real times. They are given a real-time scenarios where they learn on-job training. Apprentice training involves having the learner apprentice study under the tutelage of a master craftsperson. Like we talked about plumber, you talked about electrician, painter, carpentry, right? Job instruction training, JIT, the listing of each job's basic task along with the key points to provide step-by-step training for employees. Like, the manual, you can say, in order to complete a task. E-learning, learning administered by computer, web-based technology, flexible, personalized, and cost-effective. Think about yourself being a student, you're learning, having this LMS canvas, and the lectures, the assignments, the quizzes are uploaded, and the instructor comes online. If you have any question related to the topic, then you have one-on-one or one-to different, with your peers or students, a sense of a classroom to ask questions and to be answered. Audiovisual techniques, CDs, DVDs, computer-based, I think it's one part of the technique as well, but nowadays, people, they prefer online, face-to-face using the technology, or video conferencing and, simulated training. I already talked about the commercial pilots, like Airbus and Boeing, they provide to train commercial trainee pilots. Video conferencing, instructor is televised live to multiple locations, a means of joining two or more distant groups using a combination of video and visual equipment, same as like in our case being an instructor and students. Vestibule or simulated training, look at that NASA, they're providing trainings. So trainees learn on the actual or stimulated equipment that they will use on the job, with the training taking place off the job. Validation, an often overlooked step, ensure that the objectives are accomplished. Pilot study or run through using representative audience, collect feedback and assess participants, make revisions based on results. Step 4 is the implementation, roll out or schedule delivery by professional trainers, train the trainer, workshops may be required, ensure trainers are familiar with the content and presentation methods. And step 5, training evaluation before, during, and after. Like before, potential trainees can be assessed on their level of ability, aptitude, and motivation regarding the skills required. During, provide frequent feedback, opportunities for practice, positive reinforcement. And after, the training program should be evaluated to see how well its objectives have been met. Training effects to measure, right? Transfer of training, control experimentation as well. Career planning. Career planning plays significant role in retaining employees in organizations, reducing turnover of valued workers. Now, the career development is a lifelong series of activities that contribute to a person's career exploration, establishment, success, and fulfillment. Career planning processes which someone becomes aware of personal skills, interest, knowledge, motivations, and other characteristics. Career planning and development, it's a deliberate process through which a person becomes aware of personal career related attributes and the lifelong series of activities that contribute to his or her career fulfillment. The evaluation has got a process, the career development, occupational orientation, like these are the 6 steps: realistic orientation, investigative orientation, social, conventional, enterprising, and artistic orientation. One part of the career development for older employees, career development strategies that will help keep employees fully engaged during their second middle age, like adapt a new attitude, provide career counseling, invest in training and development, and honor the need for work-life balance. New approaches to career development coming into place, like identify skills and aptitudes, general aptitude test battery, right? Identify career anchors, focus on the life trajectories, design career and life simultaneously, balanced between work and personal life. Career anchors, technical, managerial, creativity, autonomy and independence, security, service dedication, pure challenge and lifestyle. Focus on life trajectories, shifting and thinking from traits and states to context, perspective to process, linear to non-linear, scientific facts to narrative evaluations, describing to modeling. The roles in career development, the individual. Individual must accept responsibility for career. Requires self-motivation, has some spark within to grow. Independent learning, quick learner, effective time and money management, and self-promotion. Managing internal employee movement, important career development implications for transferred, promoted employees, and substantial benefits for organization. Creates a pool of potential future managers with broad experience throughout the firm. And making promotions decisions, decision 1 is seniority or competence the rule. Unionized and non-unionized work environment. How is competence measured? Is the process formal or informal? This is all about you to think about what is more important to you. A job that offers a greater responsibility, possibility for career advancement, or opportunity for personal enrichment, or a job that is more interesting or more convenient, better hours, location of work, and so on. So you need to explain your answer. So this is it. We discussed about onboarding and training, part of training and techniques. If you have any question, please put onto the discussion part of the course, and I would be able to answer. Or you would have an opportunity to come online during lecture hours, face to face, and ask a question if you have. So this is it, and I'll see you in our next human resource learning. Bye for now.